Hi guys, welcome back. So in this video, it's the continuation from the previous video where I attempt to finish my physical TBR before I move out. So as you guys probably can tell, I live in a residence. I'm in university and my semester ends end of April, but I'm only flying back home with 2 suitcases and 1 carry-on, which should be plenty. However, books are heavy. I have so many of them to bring back. And so I'm doing this challenge to see if there's any way possible I could find a book that I maybe dislike and get rid of it, so that way we can reduce the weight in the suitcase, because it's actually a problem. If these were the amounts of books that I had to bring, this would be easy. But I have, I think, 19 books in my room currently, and I can't fit 19 books in any way possible in a suitcase because it's so heavy. So this is what the challenge is for. It's to end up, well, it's to first of all finish my physical TBR, because that's quite a challenge, but also figure out if there's any way possible to reduce the amount of books that I own to be able to make the journey back home. So yeah, if you haven't seen part 1, I would definitely recommend to go check it out. But if not, this is the books that we have left to read, and we're gonna start this out. The first book that I am starting with is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. I actually started this book last night before going to bed, and what I mean by started, I read like this much, like really little page. What I know about this book is very little. I know we follow Elizabeth Zott. She is a chemist. She got hired to do this like TV show. She does recipes for, like, it's targeted towards like families and parents, and they're recipes that are like really scientifically good for your kids. Basically it's healthy meals and stuff like that, and she's doing good at her job. But Elizabeth is a scientist. I think she's a chemist, and that's not what she wants to do in life. She wants to do research. Doing the cooking show is not what her life goal was, but she's now found herself in this position, and you basically, I think, just follow her probably as she try to do more chemistry. I don't know. That would be my guess. I have no clue. Could not tell you a single thing about this book. I did not read the back. I'm really excited to finish this book. I think it's gonna be so fun. I've been reading this book for like the past something like 4 days. I'm this bit. I haven't read that many pages. I'm on page 133. I don't care. I feel so bad, but I don't care. I don't care. I think their story's good, their writing's good, but I couldn't care less. I feel so bad. This is so mean. The story is good. The book is good. The book isn't bad. The problem is me, I think. I couldn't care less. And you would, like, this is a literary fiction, so you follow these characters. I don't care about Elizabeth. I love that she's a woman in STEM. I'm a woman in STEM. Also, I don't care. The thing is, I kind of want to know how it ends. I'm curious. I want to keep reading. Like, I don't want to DNF this book, but I don't know. I'm hoping something's gonna happen that's gonna make me care about her, but the fact that I don't care about her right now is making it really hard to read. So I've been reading like maybe like something like 30 pages every night, sometimes more, but I can't really get into this book, and it's making it really hard to read. So that's my issue with this book right now. I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't think it's bad. I just don't care. chemistry. My biggest issue with this book is I couldn't connect to these characters at all. It was such a good story, very well written. I can appreciate that. However, I did not care for it, so it's like kind of hard to like a book when you don't care about it. And I think that's just really the issue that I have with this book, is the fact that I really didn't connect with the characters. I didn't really care. I do think the ending was really good. I really liked the ending. I did shed a tear, I'm not gonna lie. But overall, it's not my favorite. I'm probably not gonna remember it very well. So like, it's a 3.5. It's still a good book. Like, I would recommend this book to people that are looking for something like this. It just wasn't for me. I don't think so. Then I started reading Powerless, as you guys saw. I absolutely love this cover. I was like low-key kind of scared from this book because it's so hyped up, and then there's a whole controversy about this versus Red Queen. I never read Red Queen. Anyways, I love it so far. I think the banter is bantering. I love Peyton. I think she's such a strong female main character. I like this book a lot right now. I'm on page like almost 200. I'm on 190, so I read a bit. The trials haven't started yet, but I do love a good trial, so I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen then. And yeah, so far I'm loving it. Last night I finished Powerless. Nothing could have prepared me for that. The thing is that I did so good staying away from spoilers that I'm afraid I needed a warning from that. Maybe I should have looked deeper. Nothing could have prepared me for that. I mean, I knew something was gonna happen, but jaw dropped. Also, sorry, but Kai, the man that you are, I fear he's the blueprint. I know how everything goes on at the end, but like, I fear he's the blueprint. What do you mean? This man is in love with this girl. I love it. I ate this book up. I ate it up. The banter, I'm afraid this is so good. I gave it a 4.5 stars. I am obsessed. I wish I had all the books to binge right now. I cannot wait to read the rest of that series. I know the novella is gonna wreck me. Anyways, I very, very happy that I read this book finally. Now, I haven't actually started another book, but I think I'm gonna start The Great Gatsby. That book, The Great Gatsby. I think that's gonna be my next read. It's very short, and I think that's what I need right now because I'm not gonna have a lot of time to read. I'm about to lock in for school, and this one is like 180 something pages. I should be able to fly through that, so that's gonna be my next read. I am sweating. I just came back from a side quest because I just got an email from my teacher, or like we got one this morning, saying, oh, you can't have a graphing calculator, you need a basic calculator. Well, I've had a graphing calculator my whole class and there was never an issue with it, but the final, I guess it's an issue. So I had to go and buy a calculator. That's not graphing, so I hate it. My exam's in like less than 3 hours. I'm past the point of joy. I'm panicking now. Final season, I hate it. How do I even open this? Anyways, you guys probably don't care about my finals, but the book, The Great Gatsby, I read a lot of it last night. I'm not gonna lie, if I have to read Old Sport again, I'm gonna throw this book across the room. Take a shot every time he says Old Sport. Don't. You're gonna go to the ER. Like, why does he have to call everyone old sport? And there's a woman's like, oh, she's an old sportswoman. Girl, Gatsby, stop it. I can't do it no more. Don't stop it. Anyways, I'm really almost done. This was a really short book. I have like 70 pages left, so that's not a lot. However, as I said, exams, in 3 hours, meaning my exam's at 7 p.m. at night. Whoever decided that 7 p.m. was a good time for exams, I hope your pillow is always burning hot. Not just warm, burning hot. Because what do you mean I'm going to get out of that exam, it's going to be 9 p.m. at night? 9 p.m. at night. What do you mean I'm going to get out of that exam, it's going to be 9 p.m.? What do you mean? Because no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think it's the most interesting story ever, but I'm happy I'm reading it because I want to be in the know. Like, I've never read The Great Gatsby before. I haven't read it for school. So I was like, I fear I'm missing out, but I guess I'm not really missing out, but now I have the answers. So I know what it's about. I don't know. Well, obviously I'm not done, but there's a lot of name dropping that feels so unnecessary. Like, why'd you have to give me a list of everyone that lives in like West Egg or East Egg, or I don't even know where we are on a map. Where is East Egg? Anyways, I feel like I don't have to know the 15 people that live there that went to Gatsby's house, you know? So that's really my issue with this book, is I don't care about those 50 people that he just casually name dropped. But maybe they're gonna come back and be really important, but I really doubt so. So that's like my main complaint. Otherwise, at least it's a short book. Like, I don't think I can do 300 pages of that. But it's less than 200, so I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna finish it. Morning, nor am I in Vietnam, so whatever. Last night I finished The Great Gatsby. Sway, go Leia, go Leia. This was my pile book's gonna fall. Anyways, this was a lot of words for so little events. This book is already short, but I feel like it could have been shorter. I don't know how I think it's a good book. I enjoyed myself while reading it. It's definitely not my favorite classic or my favorite book whatsoever, but I would recommend it. I'd say read it if you haven't. If you read it for school, I'm very, very sorry. I could not imagine doing that for school. Yeah, Gatsby really pissed me off with this old sport and whatever. All of his little nicknames. It was just a good book. I found it very average. I'm happy I read it. I feel like I'm in the know now of why this is a classic. I get it, but I don't think it's anything. It's not my favorite classics. Nothing will ever beat Little Women and Picture of Dorian Gray. So yeah, I decided that Educated would be my next read because I think I'm gonna keep Leurs enfants après eux. I think I'm gonna keep this book for like when I'm done that tomorrow day. I'm probably gonna I have to pack this weekend, but I'm probably gonna try to binge this weekend on like the rooftop while tanning because it's a very summery book. It's set at a lake. I feel like it's gonna be the perfect time to read this book. However, in the meantime, we're gonna read this book, which less thick. I'm very intrigued. I have to go to bed soon because I have an exam in the morning. But I'm gonna start Educated. This is crazy. What you mean these kids have never been to school? Today's April 19th. I'm like 60% through this book. I feel like I've been reading it forever. And so we're gonna try to finish it tonight. Because first of all, I decided that I want to donate it. I'll explain everything when I'm done reading. Not because I hate it, but just because I'll explain everything later in my review. But tomorrow I'm gonna start packing, so I think I'm gonna go donate my donation bag tomorrow. So I want to be done reading tomorrow. As you can probably hear, I'm really tired. It is 10 p.m. and I've had a long day of doing nothing. I edited a lot of the day, but still, this is becoming a vlog. Like, this is a reading vlog. I feel like I'm yapping for no reason. Anyways, so I'm gonna read this book, try to finish it. Again, I have 100 and something pages left, 120 pages, 125. So I should be able to read this before bed if I lock in. Guys, Sean was 28. Emily was a senior in high school. Hello, welcome. Not welcome, I guess. This is almost the end of the video, so I hope you've been welcomed. Anyways, as you can maybe tell, it's very messy around me. I started packing. My walls are bare, except the flag, but that's the next thing I'm taking down. But I need a break, so we're gonna do this book update. I finished reading Educated. I don't have it with me because, like I said I would, I finished it that night and I went to donate it, my whole donation bag the next day. So I don't have it with me anymore, but I can tell you it was just such a good memoir. I ate it up, which is kind of weird to say because it's not the most like happy story. However, I think it does end quite well for Tara, I don't know, for the author. I'm so like impressed by how she turned her life around and she managed to escape her whole life and stuff like that. I think it's such a fascinating story. I don't rate memoirs because I think it's like, who am I to judge someone's life story? Like, that would be kind of crazy. But I will say I really did enjoy it. It's definitely one of my favorite memoirs that I've read so far because I have an obsession with cults in general. Like, I think it's so fascinating to learn about them. And that was crazy. So yeah, and it feels so unreal because it's not that far away. Like, in my head, cults is like a 1920 type of shit, not a 2000 situation. Like, I know there's even cults active right now, but I don't know, it feels so weird. Anyways, I really loved it. I do think that the start of the book was kind of slow, and that's kind of why I had like a trouble kind of getting into the reading. I was like, I kept putting it off and I wasn't like super interested in like picking it back up. But once we got past part 1, like part 2 really started picking it up and I loved it. I think what made part 1 so like slow for me is the fact that we were introduced to so many people that never come back later in the book. And I get it that it was long because she really needed to establish how her father was, how her mother was, and how her siblings like were and the relationship she had with them. But I think that it could have been shortened a bit. So that's my like only real complaint about this book. But yeah, it was really interesting. The reason why I decided to donate it though is because, first of all, it's the only physical memoir that I've ever bought. Like, all the other memoirs I audiobook them, and I low-key prefer it because it's usually narrated by the actual author of the memoir, and I just love someone just telling me their life story instead of me reading it. So I was like, I'm probably not gonna reread. Anyways, I'm never really feeling like rereading a memoir, so I wasn't super interested in keeping the book. It also cost me like $6, so I wasn't really like, oh, I just paid $40 for this Indigo edition, I'm gonna keep it. Like, I really didn't. I only paid like $6 for it, so I was like, whatever, I hope someone else can enjoy it. And so yeah, that's kind of why I decided to donate it. Even though I did really enjoy it, I didn't really feel like keeping the book. Anyways, so I started reading Les Enfants Après, and I looked it up there. This book is published in like so many different languages, and the English version is Their Children After Them, and it has been published by many publishers. So if you're interested in reading it, pick it up. It's the last book. I can't believe we're going to actually finish my physical TBR, which is crazy. Also, when I mean finish my physical TBR, I mean almost, because at home I have 3 books that I have not read. I started it, but like, I mean, like I read one chapter, so I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything really because I don't really know, but it's basically you follow this teenager, and it starts in 1992, and I think you go like over a few years and you just follow him and his cousin as they just like coming of age, go through life. Yeah, it is a thick book. It is short though, so like each page is being read pretty fast because it's quite short, because it's a pocket book, but it is like 555 pages. So I don't really know how long this is going to take me. I haven't read anything today. Like I said, I've been packing all day. I just needed a little break. And then the next few days I'm gonna do a lot of studying because I have one last exam. So I don't really know like how fast I'm gonna be able to read this book, but I will say it's very giving summer vibes. So I am quite excited to read this because it is feeling quite summery outside, even though it's still April, but that's okay. I definitely slowed down the reading pace from like the first vlog, like from the part one of this series, and even like from the first few books of this vlog. Like Educated took me like I think 4 or 5 days to read, and then this one's probably gonna take me a while too. I just been feeling less in a reading mood, more in a I need to get my shit done and like pack and study, and I feel like it's definitely impacted my reading. But before bed I always try to read at least one chapter, which is what I did last night. So I don't really know how long this is gonna take me. I do hope I finish it before I go home, which is next Sunday. So I have a week. Today is Monday. So I have like a week left, and I think I will definitely read this book in a week. Depending on how the packing and the studying goes, for sure. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this book, and then we're gonna be done with it. Then I can go buy books, which is so exciting. I have like a list of like 20 or 25 books on my phone in my notes app, in like order of preference to buy when I get home, which I'm so excited about. So excited. The first one I think is Sunrise on the Reaping. I cannot wait to read that book. And then Conditions of Will, finish the Powerless series because they're all out now, so I can like binge them. So many books. Y'all, exams are done. I'm so excited. I'm currently sitting in my roommate's car's trunk, but like nobody's driving. We're really in the parking because we need to pack the car. But the thing is, like, you can't leave your car unless someone's at the car. So I've been a design person. But I just want to do a little update to say that now the exams are done, I think I'm gonna be able to really binge this book either tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow I really want to go tan because you can see the sun, y'all. Well, it's kind of, I'm in a car and it's also like 4 p.m. but like blue skies is what I mean. So we're definitely gonna do some reading, and I'm like I think I'm a third through the book right now. So, but it is a thick book. It's like 550 pages, so it's definitely taking me a while to get through. And I'm not gonna lie, this story is not the most like captivating, but it's still like interesting because you follow these characters over like 6 years. So right now the main character is like 14 years old, but he's gonna be 20, and I'm really interested in seeing like that growth. But the actual storyline is not the most interesting. It's not interesting to the point that I want to DNF it, but it's also like it's not more than 3 stars, you know. Hopefully tomorrow I can make it down to the book, because today is kind of a packing, moving stuff around, and yeah. But that's the update for now, and I'm so excited to be done with my term and eventually moving home. So very, very exciting. Today is April 26th, and I'm officially done reading my physical TBR, and I'm done reading Their Children After Them. So much happened in this video, so much happened in the past month. I'm so happy I did this. I feel like it's such a feat to finish your physical TBR. However, I'm a little sad that it ended on this book. I didn't really love it. I think it was really long for what it was. I honestly would have cut down like 150 pages at least, especially in the start, because I liked how full circle kind of this book was. Like, it started with a certain scenario and like the main conflict kind of comes back at the end, and I really like this whole full circle moment. However, the story was interesting, and I like seeing France throughout the years, because it's like there's four parts: 1992, 1994, 1998, and then 1996, and then 1998. So it's like you follow these characters every 2 years, and like I like seeing the evolution of those characters, and I like seeing the evolution of France, and there's like a lot of pop culture kind of moments included in this book, so it felt real because these moments are real. And I really liked I really like that this is real life. I know it's not, but this is real life, and the writing was really nice, and I understand why this book won so many prizes. However, this book was just not for me. I am gonna keep it because I'm gonna give it to my mom. I think she's gonna like it. But yeah, I mean, it's not the best book I've ever read. I'm happy I read it, but I'm honestly like, it was too long, and some characters felt like very fleshed out, while others like I felt was like so useless. I'm like, why did we even introduce them? Like in the first part, the cousin of like the main guy, Anthony, is like, the cousin is never named, but like he's very much a like central part of the first part of this book, and it doesn't really come back until like the end of the third part, and the fourth part he's mentioned briefly in one paragraph. And I'm like, why do we have to create such a complex character in that cousin if you're not going to bring him back? And I just feel like it happened with a few characters where like they felt like odd, and some characters ended up coming back a lot. They weren't really fleshed out and like this guy. So I was like, I just didn't like the way this was like written. And yeah, but I'm happy that I read the story. I think it was such an interesting story, and I'm happy that, yeah, I'm just happy that I read it. I don't think it's obviously not my favorite book ever, and it's not my favorite book of this video. My favorite book of this video was Powerless. And now for the books that I've donated, I decided to donate Lessons in Chemistry and Educated, not because I didn't like them, but because let's start with Lessons in Chemistry. It's not a book that I think I'm ever gonna reach back for. Like this one, I didn't really love it. I didn't really connect to it, and they're just like, yeah. But I'm gonna keep this one because I think my mom's gonna like it, and also moving tomorrow. So like I'm literally going home tomorrow, so it's not time today to go donate this book at a thrift store or something. So I'm just gonna keep it, give it to my mom. But yeah, Lessons in Chemistry, it's just not a book that I think I'm ever gonna reach for. And I already thrifted that book. Like I bought it at Value Village for like $4.99. So like I feel like thrifted books should go back in the thrifted cycle if you don't love them, because I just feel like it's books people should read. And it was such a good story. I'm happy I read it, but I'm also happy someone else is gonna have the opportunity to read it. And then for Educated, I decided to donate it for many reasons. I think I touched briefly on them, but first of all, it wasn't a cover that I liked, and I know this is like shouldn't be the only reason, and it's not, but like it's one factor. And also I know it's an Indigo edition, but I just paid like $6 for it because I don't know, it was on sale, so I didn't pay a lot of money for it. So I also don't feel bad like about that. And I don't really read memoirs physically. All of them usually I listen to them, so I was like, what am I gonna do with a physical memoir? Because the only other memoir that I have physically is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, is that her name? And I've been like giving that book out, so it's never in my library. And I feel like Educated is like, I don't know, I just decided to donate it, and I did, thank God, because not all my books currently fit in a suitcase. But yeah, this is the end of this video. I finally finished my physical TBR, so that means that once I get home, I can go buy many more books and read all the books that I'm excited to read, all the new releases and everything that I've put off. But yeah, so thank you for following along to this Finish My Physical TBR journey. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one. So take care of yourself.